What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my K-Series transmission, shifter assembly. I've had a lot of questions in the comment section asking if I made a video about this, how did I do it. Honestly, I don't know why I'd never made a video about me installing this. I guess in my mind, it was just so simple. I got it done extremely quickly. It just didn't occur to me to make a video about it. And then lo and behold, everyone seems to be asking about it. So basically, you get a K-Series shifter for an RSX 6-speed, and then next up you'll need to get a set of cables for a K-Series, obviously, and then the adapter plate. Now these cables do come in a bundle pack with the adapter that bolts up to the transmission itself out there, but I'll get to that in a bit. I know I haven't been uploading a lot of Accord videos lately. I think it's been almost a month since my last Accord video update, and realistically I've had some issues with my job that I've had to kind of prioritize above anything else, and then on top of that the car has had a lot of electrical issues that I just didn't want to or couldn't, for that fact, deal with it on my own. So, but I'll get into that at the end of the video. This one's about this mainly. As you can see here, this is basically a K-Tune style shifter with a spoon shift knob. I just haven't had a chance to put on the little I guess indicator of how many gears or whatnot. So it's really simple, at least for me, because I don't have an interior to worry about having to trim or go around all that. Mine's fully gutted, so it is very simple for me. Basically, this is going to be how you would do it, and then you trim your trimming around that, obviously, to fit your car specifically. So for me, all I did was take a sheet of metal right here that I cut to the shape of the tunnel well as best I could, so that way I'm not cutting my foot on it, and then I rounded it off. And then once I got it to the size of the tunnel well itself, I measured where the holes would be going from the factory mount. So right here, right here, right here, and right here is where the factory shifter would have mounted normally, and so that's where I would bolt the plate down. And then from there I took the plate, put the shifter where I felt I wanted it, and then this is basically where I'd like to position, and so I drilled the holes into the plate itself right there, and it's mounted. Really simple, guys. Obviously the hardest part about this is probably going to be making the plate. Next up, we'll be taking apart the interior to get this shifter in, and then after that you just route the cables through the little tunnel right here out to the side out there. You take the bracket that comes with the cables and attach it to the transmission, and then that is basically it. Then you go ahead and tighten these up. I'll go ahead and go out there right now and show you what that bracket looks like. Alright, so as you can see right there, it literally just bolts into the factory place where the factory, I guess, bracket would be. If this thing is made out of billet aluminum, so yeah, it's a real nice and sturdy piece. Then you just go ahead and take the other ends of the cable, match it up to which one goes to which, left to right, up and down, to the corresponding brackets, and then you just go ahead and take a wrench and tighten them up once you have everything adjusted to where you need. And then you'll take that end, bolt it up to the transmission on that side, and then the transmission over there, right down there. I guess you see it right there, that little one right there, the big one right there. So it's really simple, guys. This was I mean, granted, my car is basically gutted. There's nothing in this engine bay. There's nothing on the inside. So mounting everything up was super easy for me, but it makes for such a nice, crisp shifting feel. I've driven my friend's who has one in his car, and it feels pretty good. So, I mean, let me just go ahead and go back into the car and show you how it shifts. All right, so basically, I mean, it just shifts like a normal 5-speed now, even though this is so first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. I mean, it goes in. It's pretty notchy, but it's a good notchy, you know, you're in the gear, so there's no question about it. Obviously, you can always adjust these cables for how you want. Then you can adjust it up here for how short the throw is. Then you can adjust it right here for how tall you want it. Basically, this is where I would like it to. Probably could go a little bit taller if I wanted, but I like it right here. Not too bad. So yeah, guys, that is basically it. Super easy to install. It's just very time consuming to get around the interior trim and whatnot. Yeah, very solid. very sturdy. I love this shifter. I highly recommend. I will leave links in the comments down below on where I got everything. Basically, all eBay. Really, really good. I mean, only time will tell how long this shifter will last. But I mean, my buddy's been driving around for about a better part of a year now, I believe, and hasn't seemed to have any issues with it. Now, story time basically goes as I know a lot of you guys have been wondering where the Accord video is. As you can see right now, I've pulled most of the, well, not most of it. I pulled some of the wiring down that I've been trying to, that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. The car has some electrical issues. So basically, the first electrical issue I ran into was that once I put the thing on, as you can see, everything turns on now. But before, it wouldn't turn on sometimes. And then every now and then, the car would just like turn off and lose power completely. I had no idea what was going on. And then I traced it back, and there was like a weird splice going on that went to the fuse box. Another issue I'm having right now might just be a starter, but like, see, now it works, but I have to press it a few times, so it doesn't always work. So I got to figure out what's going on there. But that was one of the electrical issues. Another control issue is the fan's not cutting on. My brake lights weren't working. My turn signals aren't working. So basically, the person who did the wire harness, I don't know what he did, but it wasn't like 100% at its best. And he hasn't been around or came back to help me fix the issues I've been having, even though he said he would swing by. So I've just been kind of waiting on that. And then I know a lot of you guys have been asking where has Mark been lately, and honestly, the short and easy answer is off doing his own thing, I guess. Every time I seem to ask him about coming to help with the Accord, he just kind of seems to ignore the message a bit and then just never responds. But basically, whenever I ask him to like help diagnose over the phone, he's on it like almost immediately. But basically, when it involves him coming here, he kind of like goes MIA and ghosts me a little bit. But I mean, it is what it is, you know. Obviously, he has his own thing. I have my own things, and then the whole Corona thing kind of puts a hindering on how much we can actually meet up and do stuff. And then I've had some problems with my factory ECU. That burnt out because the guy who did the wires crossed some wires. He also crossed some wires between the IAT and like some other sensors. Basically, they had the same plugs, and he told me he plugged them in wrong. Which normally wouldn't be an issue, but it was for the simple fact that I had it plugged in right, and he specifically went out of his way to tell me to switch them because he said I had them wrong. I don't know why, but I just listened to him. I switched it off, and sure enough, it wasn't right. Same thing with the distributor. He messed something up there. But yeah, it's just this car's been giving me a headache. I haven't really been putting it in the forefront. Really, it's been more on the back burner. I've been messing with the 240 a lot lately, taking it to shows and whatnot because that car is basically done. It runs, it starts. There's no issue with that car whatsoever, and I love it. It's still for sale, by the way, if anybody wants it. But that is basically the story time. I'm going to try to get back into the Accord once things settle down here at work. Work has been really kicking my ass trying to hustle to get all these orders in, but you know, it's hard to go out and like get. I'm sales, by the way. I don't know if people realize that. I've had tons of people ask me what I do for a living. They think I own a shop. I don't own a shop. I just happen to have a corner in the space of the place I work at to work on stuff. I have the luxury of that. But with the whole like, you know, pandemic or whatever, it's hard to like go in person and get sales. And like when you do go there, they really don't want to see you, you know, the whole 6 feet distancing or whatever. So work has been stressing me out. This car has been stressing me out. So I just decided to take a step back and, you know, refocus on work, you know, refocus on like hobbies that are like, you know, less stressful in my life. So I mean, I don't know if you guys have like seen my Instagram, but I started another YouTube channel mainly through my collecting hobbies, stuff more personal to me. I'll leave a link to that if you guys are interested in like you know, collecting figures or custom DIY stuff like that. I don't know, just little things here and there. But yeah, that's, sorry for the little rant. That's why I did it at the end, just so you guys didn't have to listen. If you wanted to listen, thank you. I appreciate it. We just hit 33,000 subscribers. Huge step for me since this car has been since this channel's been kind of dead in the water lately. I know a lot of older subscribers don't tend to watch the Accord stuff, and a lot of the newer subscribers don't tend to watch the 240 stuff, vice versa. And then I had a few viral videos like just kind of pop up in my feed lately, and that got like a whole bunch of subscribers, but they don't really seem to be interested in any of the content that I post normally. But if you are subscribed and you are constantly watching, I do appreciate it. It means the world to me. It helps keep this channel going when you guys like and share all the videos, and when you guys leave a comment, it all boosts the algorithm. It helps this channel move along pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna end the video here. I've ranted enough about my personal life. I'll leave links to everything I talked about in today's video. And until next time, guys, later.